Hey, what's up? It's your favorite Finnish YouTuber Mikko here again. I'll tell you a few things about Easter and Easter traditions in Finland since that thing is coming up fast at the time of posting this. Easter in Finnish is pääsiäinen, and like names of all holidays in Finnish, it's not capitalized if it's in the middle of the sentence. So unlike in the Philippines, Easter is not celebrated like super widely in Finland, but it is a public holiday, so you get Good Friday and Easter Monday as public holidays. And colors of Easter in Finland, they are green and yellow, just like in many other countries in the world. And many holidays, public holidays in Finland involve drinking, like the Midsummer and the May Day, but this, however, does not. So this is usually celebrated among your family, if celebrated at all. And here are some terms for the Holy Week in Finnish. So the Holy Week itself in Finnish is hiljainen viikko. Palm Sunday is called palmusunnuntai. Good Friday in Finnish is called pitkä perjantai, literally long Friday. Easter Sunday is pääsiäissunnuntai, and Easter Monday is toinen pääsiäispäivä, literally the second day of Easter. Here are some dishes that are popular in Finland during or around Easter time. The go-to meat of Easter is mutton, lammas, and then there's mämmi, which is this weird brown-looking dessert. I'll tell you more when I show a picture. And pasha and kulitsa, which are mainly eaten in eastern Finland, in Karelia, as those are traditional Russian Easter dishes. And then, of course, chocolate eggs are popular. Okay, so here's a picture of pasha. It's a dessert of Slavic origin in Eastern Orthodox countries, and it has food items that are forbidden during the fast of the Lent. So it is made of quark and butter, eggs, raisin, almonds, vanilla, candied fruits, etc. And it's often decorated with some sort of traditional religious symbols, such as the letters X and B, which are the Cyrillic letters that stand for the Russian expression for Christ has risen. In eastern Finland, pasha is often eaten together with kulitsa, which is like sweet yeast bread. It's kind of similar to the Italian panettone, and it's common in Russia around Easter. It has this glazed top and then, for example, Eastern Orthodox cross in the middle here in the bottom left. Traditional kulitsas are really tall, so you can bake them in a tin or something like that if you don't have a mold. So these two are mainly eaten in eastern Finland or in areas that have Karelian influences due to like evacuees from Karelia after World War II and so on. But then there's mämmi. So this thing is a little weird. It's made of water, rye flour, and malts, peels, or zest of an orange. You then leave it out to sweeten and bake it in an oven and let it cool. And the end result is kind of like liquidy, sweet rye bread in a way. Commercial mämmi usually has more sugar than traditionally made versions, as molasses are often used to season commercial mämmi, so the flavor is slightly different. But in either case, you then usually eat this stuff with cream and additional sugar, and you eat it with a spoon. Together with salmiakki, which was the salted licorice, this is often one of those prank foods that locals might make foreigners to try out and then have a giggle when they struggle with it. You can probably find several videos on YouTube where people new to mämmi try it out for the first time. But it's a nice food. You should give it a try once in Finland. Here are some Easter traditions in Finland. One of the traditional ones is virpominen, which means that children back in the day would go from door to door handing out decorated twigs to their neighbors, and these would symbolically drive away evil spirits and would be like a sign of good luck. These twigs are called virpomavitsa, and these are still made in schools and other activities around Easter time. In contemporary tradition, this is combined with dressing up as witches. The Finnish term for that is pääsiäisnoita trulli, and then the kids would also ask for a small treat in exchange for that twig that they give you. And here's a picture of two of such witches in action with those decorated twigs. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Easter? Like, why is this weird Halloween thingy taking place in Finland around Easter time? Well, this has nothing to do with Halloween. It doesn't come from that tradition. This is a result of combination of Eastern Christian traditions, and of course these traditions intertwine. So these pagan traditions of evil spirits and so on go alongside with these Christian traditions. Idea being that since Jesus is dead, it was thought that these evil spirits, especially evil women, these witches, in Finnish trullit, would roam unchecked between Good Friday and Easter Sunday while Jesus is still in the grave, and that livestock, which was major source of income for people back in the day, would be particularly vulnerable to these people. So traditionally people would use different methods to drive these evil spirits away or to keep them at bay during Easter. So crosses and other symbols, placing them in barns, would prevent witches from stealing the hives or hair of the livestock, as that would be a bad thing for the upcoming growing season. And in Pohjanmaa on the west coast, there's still a tradition of burning these large bonfires, pääsiäiskokko, that were believed to banish evil on Holy Saturday. The Finnish term for that is lankalauantai. And those still exist. People in those communities still do it, mostly for tradition rather than trying to actually drive away any evil spirits. And then this twig tradition comes from the East. This is influenced by Eastern Orthodox Church, and they have a tradition of decorated twigs that then mimic the palm leaves people would place on Jesus' bath during his arrival to Jerusalem before the Last Supper. So these two traditions have intertwined and formed the modern tradition where children dress up as witches and then still have these decorated twigs. So these days it's not really common that people just knock on random people's doors. You usually do it to relatives or your neighbors or people whom you know. So in addition to this witch business, there are also some egg-related activities that are popular. So painting empty eggs, egg hunts, and then eating chocolate eggs. Mignon eggs by a company called Fazer are particularly popular in Finland. Here are some pictures of painted eggs, and here are those Mignon eggs, although we did not get a commission for advertising this product, but this is a very popular in Easter time in Finland. Then of course there are chocolate eggs for kids that have a thin chocolate shell and then a toy inside that you can assemble. Here are some Easter ornaments that are common in Finland. In Finland, Easter takes place in early spring usually, so coming of spring and Easter coincide, so many motifs of new and emerging life are used as decoration. So eggs, baby chicks, plastic baby chicks these days. Then pajunkissat, which are furry aments that occur on willows before the leaves, and these are basically a sign of spring, and these twigs are usually used for virpomavitsa. But you should not cut these twigs from any willows on public or private land that is not yours, obviously. Then narcissus, the flowers, are very popular, as is rairuoho, which is like ryegrass, fast growing patches of grass that you can grow on a paper towel, for example. Here's a picture of rairuoho and some baby chicks and an egg there. These are the furry aments on willows, and here are some narcissus. Okay, so that was a quick outline of Easter in Finland. You may have noticed that I left out most of religious activities since they do not play a major role in Easter for most people in Finland. And Finland is also predominantly Lutheran, so people might not have heard of specifically like Catholic traditions that take place in the Philippines. But doctrine-wise, the Easter is just as important for practicing Christians in Finland as it is in the Philippines. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask in the Finland channel on Discord. Otherwise, hyvää pääsiäistä! Happy Easter! Moi moi!